Gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Company of Heroes 2. We are your favorite shoutcasters, hopefully, the Gentlemen. I am the Machine.
And I am Archon Hawk. And do I get control of the camera today?
Yeah.
Or, yeah, I do. Fantastic. That's great.
Well, he's in the alpha chair. I'm in the... Well, it's because of... You're the alpha chair, but I have the alpha microphone.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a trade-off we have going on.
Oh, I remember. It's middle mouse scroll for Company of Heroes 2. It's fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, anyway, so we do have our majestic men for today. We have RtN Con on our right-hand side, German side of town.
We will indeed. We are on Colony Firmus Summer, of course, and he will be playing off against SturmTigerGiap, a bit of a mainstay on our cast. We've uploaded a few with SturmTiger.
Now, this is a special occasion, because this is for the ESL Cup #2 evening fights, I think it's called. I was actually in this. I was playing this last night. I was versing Cataclaw, and I got the spanks. Cataclaw is really good at Company of Heroes 2, and I'm okay, but Cataclaw is really good.
He's pretty fantastic.
So, this is the semi-finals, SturmTigerGiap versus Con. I was in the other semi-finals. There was only 4 people because it was a kind of a spontaneous last-minute thing, but it was good fun nonetheless. There's also no premium commanders allowed, which is excellent because that makes the game so much better, because a lot of the commanders kind of break the game, to be honest. Like a lot of the elite infantry doctrines, the lightning wall G43s, and a tiger. Like some of those commanders are just a little bit too strong. But we do have some pretty aggressive maneuvers coming out of SturmTigerGiap. Double cons at that bottom munitions point. I like that. I think it's a good thing to do.
Yeah, it really, really is. It's my general path there. Avoiding the neg cover as well. That's quite nice. Standing in the middle and the side. They're going to be throwing down a bit of a barricade there. Sandbag fighting position to be precise. So it's going to give him some nice heavy cover. A nice defense against these squads who will be running in. The Gren's going to run straight into the cons.
Yeah, you gotta be careful though, because of the cons that were building the sandbags, they take double damage for building, and because they're neg cover, it's double damage again, so they get shredded really quickly. So it's a good spot because you want to deny the munitions to the German, because Germans with munitions, they get fun things. They get big guns and lots of grenades. So denying the munitions is always very important to do. And also getting the top munitions as well. Wiring off that cutoff, I think, is a good thing to do, because that cutoff on the eastern side of Colony Firmus Summer is really brutal. It's really easy to lose.
Can we go to
numpad 0?
Yeah, there we are. That's right. So that one right there does a massive cutoff down the side.
Yeah, it means you lose access to the field point, the other strat point. So it really does lock you down, and that's why playing on the right-hand side, I always prefer going north, going up to the top munitions point, the fuel, and fighting over that, because the cutoff is a lot less brutal. It's a lot harder to actually get engagement, though, in the bottom.
Yeah, this will just be a bit of a con versus Gren thing. I definitely agree. It can be quite tough to push through. If you do tend to take these points, tend to push through, try and grab the munitions, grab the VP, for example, you can suffer quite hard. Players will get caught out a little bit here. Going for the world's biggest wire strip, I'm assuming. Like, it definitely looks to be that. Right over to the heavy cover itself.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. It's definitely one way of dealing with it. I do like that. If you're going to go for the south, you have to make precautions. You have to camp the MG there, wire off the road, and have the Gren at the bottom, so he knows if a flank's coming. Cons are moving up, though. Up close against the Pyos won't be too effective. Double Pyo, though, for our German RtN Con is interesting. Net cover on the Pyos will have to retreat. The problem is, though, going for the decap when there's that wire, is the retreat path's going to be really long. Yeah. So they won't be able to retreat as quickly, but there goes most of the territory because of that cutoff. Actually, no, single Pyos, sorry. That was the engineers of SturmTigerGiap.
Well, it's off to the side there, but still, though, Con, is he going to manage to get at least the munitions and the VP back? The suffering is here, as you were saying, not actually getting anything in regards to any income, because the cutoff was, of course, taken. MG was very, very early as well. 2 Gren into MG means he had to play a little bit defensive at the start, but he's managing to pull it off, I think. Yeah,
indeed. 4 Gren into MG. Engagement on the Molotov, getting those squads quite low. The sandbags looks as though they may actually pay off, will not pay off for SturmTigerGiap if Con takes that. The thing is, though, it's actually a good angle, because it's positioned north. If I hijack the mouse, it means that if the Cons just go in at the bottom here and flank left, he won't actually get protection from that sandbags.
Yeah, definitely right, but at the same time, the Cons won't get protection from these Grenadiers, just absolutely chunking them down. Losing a lot of models there. I'm not sure if we've actually got medics coming out thus far from SturmTigerGiap. I'd say they'd be very, very close to on the way. Yes, the medics are, I believe, running around, doing a little bit of healing there. Cons will have to back off here, and they may get squad wiped. No, will just survive that one.
Only 4 cons, yeah, getting a little bit behind because of the medics, but it always is worth it having the full health members rather than weak members. Running through the neg cover as well, but the Grens are reinforcing, and I like that because you can see that SturmTigerGiap, he's going down the bottom, his flanking is not running into the heavy cover, he's going the long way around.
The long way around, which is quite a nice move there. I think we've seen the church taken here from RtN Con. That's going to be quite a nice one, and the opposing cutoff, which is in a different position, looks a little bit different, but achieves the same effect, though the VP does actually connect it.
Yeah, see, that's a problem. It's actually really unbalanced because it's so much harder for the right side to decap than it is for the left side to decap. Because of not only how much further away it is, it's, you know, all of the VP just makes it, you know, a lot harder to do. So Grens are holding the line behind the heavy cover. Rifle nade may come out soon if there is tier 2 on Con's base, which I'm not sure if there is.
Not sure whether that was. We may see an engagement down the bottom soon. We'll just see a retreat off from that one. So all the Flamer NGs there are not really wanting to duel around with that at all. Yeah,
the Flamers ignore cover, so even if you are behind heavy cover, it won't actually affect the Flamer at all. So having the combat engineers are a good way of flushing units out of cover.
Definitely.
And then the combat engineers are quite weak and they get focused quite easily, but you can just merge them.
Yeah, which is quite a fantastic way of playing it here. Con's moving from the side, but another MG actually came out here from Con, so he's gone for that second MG, very heavy one playstyle, and the Cons will start to get shredded.
Surprisingly, he's winning that because of the neg cover.
I'm a little bit surprised as well.
I guess it's just because conscripts are better up at close, so that made up the difference, but it could have gone either way. Double MG won't give him much mobility, but it's giving him pretty good defense onto his points. Con has so many weak grenadiers on 4 models, really needs to get some medics. Pioneers capping the field, but won't be able to do so for very long. Conscripts will force them up. Do we have any medics in the base for Con? We do. Excellent.
Yes, we do. Yeah, bunker goes down. Medic upgrade a little bit late, and it's definitely delaying these Con squads. Could have gone out a little bit earlier. Excuse me. A little bit sick at the moment, as Machine runs away from me, doesn't want to get sick himself.
That's right.
Grens could have gone out a little bit earlier. Medics will take a little bit of time to actually heal them up, and that will allow the map control to come out here from SturmTigerGiap. Going for this small garrison, I'm not sure if there's actually a, I didn't go over the garrison, because there's not really a window on this side, so it makes it a bit difficult.
Backspace.
Backspace is the one I'm looking for, not escape, ladies and gentlemen, that's the wrong one.
See, the problem is now, is because of the Molotov going in and the engineers definitely forcing off that MG42. The problem with having those grenadiers healing for so long is it means that it probably will be too late if the cutoff gets taken fast, especially with the Maxim. So it always is nice to have the medics preemptively. I always try and get them up before you need them, rather than during, because it's quite a big delay from the bunker time, the medic upgrade, and then the heal time. Rifle nade, that's a nice shot. We'll take out 2 models of the Maxim and the Cons, but not enough to force the Maxim away. Cutoff hasn't actually been capped though, so still is a lot of income coming in for SturmTigerGiap. Molotov going in, but won't land it. Maxim having a pretty good time.
Yeah, definitely is. We'll find the suppression onto this Grenadier squad. There's another one. That's actually an MG off to the side now, but something needs to be done about the cutoff, but both squads retreating. Only 1 model on that rifle nade there. Excuse me. But we'll force off the Maxim. Gonna have to retreat back from that one.
There is 3 command points almost available here for Con, and we may see him go for... Oh no, I was going to say go for the G43s on the Jaeger infantry, but we won't, because that's actually the 180 munitions on SturmTigerGiap. Personally, I prefer going G43s over LMGs. It gives you a lot more mobility, and you can play more aggressively because they can fire on the moving, unlike MG42s. They have pretty good close range damage, so you can duel with conscripts rather well up close. Won't go for his commander just yet. There isn't really any urgency to do so, only on 3 command points. Not really enough to get anything apart from those G43s if you wanted to.
Yeah, nothing yet. We'll have 1 LMG upgrade. That's going to be nice for dueling.
Munitions point?
Range there, and yeah, there's a bit of an engagement over at this munitions point as they flick back over to it. Sorry, while I was watching the other one there. The Cons do take a little bit of damage. We'll look back down here. We'll find a bit of suppression here with the MG.
Yeah, so getting the cutoff's going to be nice here. Really turning this one around. The Maxim is coming forward, and it's going to be good against the Grenadiers with the help of the conscripts. It's nice to have conscripts in front of the Maxim to get the scouting, so you know where to reface. Rifle nade is going through. It really is burning a lot of the munitions. It is killing Maxims, but the thing you have to bear in mind is Maxim crew only costs 15 to reinforce. So you can't exactly bleed the Soviet by rifle-nading their Maxim. It's good for preventing the Maxim forcing it away, but it's not forcing it away. It's killing 3 models and then just keep firing.
Exactly. So unless you're getting map control off it, there's not really much point going for that. We'll find some Grens off to the side though. They will find the Maxim and they might do pretty well against this. The Maxim isn't in any cover.
Yeah, it may even kill it, but he is retreating now, so probably won't. Going through the neg cover may drop a couple of models, but the conscripts are moving in to force those Grens back. So didn't actually hold that cutoff for long. Rifle nade going onto that sandbags could be pretty powerful. It only gets 2 of the models. Yeah, so the rifle nades, they really are just preventing the upgrades or any mines. There's only 1 LMG, not any telemines or S mines. So I think that's one problem with Con is his rifle nades just aren't exactly paying off as much as they could be if they were going on mines, for example, or weapon upgrades.
Definitely going for the LMG. Going for the bleed more than anything else definitely does leave you a little bit vulnerable for the later game. We do have a T70 coming out here. That's interesting for Giap there, and he actually does like those T70s.
Now, I'm not a fan of T70s at all. I think just the problem is because of just how infinitely better a T34 is, only for 25 more fuel. The T70 has less damage than the T34 against infantry. Because, you know, now that Grens have no armor, the MGs on the T-34s are just really, really powerful, let alone the main gun. But then not only that, the T-34, it also has more health. It also has the ability to deal with tanks pretty effectively. I think the problem is for SturmTigerGiap is that he's being pushed back really far, so you kind of need the T-70. Holding out for 25 fuel may be a little bit too late, but he almost can afford that.
He almost had it. He's got 18 now. I mean, it wasn't really that much of an initial bonus. We do have a Molotov going to that building there. Will force the Grenadier squad up. T-70 is looking for a little bit of poke damage, but he actually ate the Faust. They went a little bit too close to the Grenadiers, and now he's going to have to repair it. And all of a sudden, you lose that map control you might have gained from having the T-70 available. Yeah,
the T-70, it really is do or die. You have to be aggressive. You have to get model kills. You have to force them off, get the cutoffs, because it's just a matter of time until the P4 hits the field, and the P4 just kills the T-70. The T-70 is just really, really hard to actually make use of once the P4 or even the Stug hits the field, even an Ostfin hits the field. And with damage engine, it's going to slow that down. It's going to have to repair that one, unless he has conscript repair on one of his commanders, which I don't think he would. I could be wrong. No, he doesn't even have it.
He's got land lease, but
land lease, yeah. So he could do that and repair that. He's actually repairing it now. Did he use the self-repair?
He decided to use the...
Oh, he did self-repair. The self-repair doesn't repair it from a so you should know that. SturmTigerGiap.
No.
It's so close, but it costs you, I think it's 60 munitions, and even then, it doesn't actually repair a Faust. It's kind of silly. I really think it should repair out of Faust. It doesn't. So he's going to have to repair it with NGs or a conscript repair. And yeah, and the P4 is, I think, being built now. If you go back over to Con.
I think it would be, yeah. So we'll just jump over to Con now, and P4 coming out.
Yeah, P4's coming out.
Yeah, there you go.
So the T70 is going to be dead weight. It really is. That's a demo charge on the ground.
It is indeed. So we'll just sweep over to SturmTigerGiap as we can click it. I love that. It's my favorite thing to do is to click the demo charts.
There's no vision though, so you can't actually, as much as you can try.
We just found out about that, yeah.
And the problem is, if the VP wasn't neutralized, he could get it off of vision, but because it is neutralized, it means that he doesn't have vision. You can also reveal them with minesweepers, but then you'll have to like destroy them with rifle nades, because you can't actually clear damage traps. You have to destroy them, but you can destroy them with pretty much anything. After a while of shooting, P4's on the field. T70 will get vision. Actually, probably will kill the MG with the demo trap once the T70
so
gets
I
vision.
think that's the plan there, to demo and maybe take out any additional models that are left alive on the side there. But of course, the P4 always hit the field, and as you were saying, especially given that the SturmTigerGiap, he wasn't by any means ahead on fuel. He was in fact behind in fuel terms, I feel. So he didn't really have his fuel the whole time. So going for the T70 is a pretty bold pickup, given the P4 just came out there.
Top VP. He didn't have demo trap.
Didn't actually.
He probably can wipe the energy though. The Grenadiers may land the Faust, and that would be awful big. Oh, he gets the Faust, and now he's caught.
Destroyed engine.
Oh, that's a dead T70. Even regardless, if that was just a damaged engine, it wouldn't have mattered. The P4 will rock up and take that one out. He didn't even kill the MG, which he could have done with the demo charge. P4 will claim the T70. And this is not looking good for SturmTigerGiap, throwing away so much fuel on that T70. If that was a T34, he could have, tried to engage it, and with the help of the AT grenades, he may have been able to possibly win an engagement. But T70, there's just no chance. I just don't understand why he'll go for the T70.
The LMG suppress?
No, it's an MG firing for the hedge, I think.
Which one?
Up there. Up.
Oh, the top one.
No, the middle munitions point.
It's not firing.
It is. It's firing through the hedge. I'm pretty sure.
I didn't see the... Oh, okay. Yeah, it must have been. I didn't see the fire animation. I was thinking, what the hell is going on here?
Which is ridiculous, firing through a hedge, but okay.
And mortar, what?
3 kills, that's not bad.
Yeah.
Mortars are basically RNG cannons, as we were saying.
Yeah.
They have the potential to be the most pathetic, useless unit in the game, or they can just run around getting...
kill everything, yeah.
They can be really effective. Mortars... Yeah, Land Lease, a good choice. It's actually surprising that Land Lease and Counterattack aren't considered premium items, which is weird.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're not. They actually, if you hover over it, it doesn't say premium item.
Yeah, no, it's not a premium item.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, it's okay. There's definitely a lot more silly stuff than Land Lease and Counterattack. But the P4 trying to do what he can. There's a Zis on the field. I'm not sure where that Zis actually is, though.
It's up to the side here. It's up here facing up towards the VP. Not a bad position.
I don't think there's any mines either, and that's something that SturmTiger needs.
I haven't seen any, no. Definitely could have done some with those. I guess going for that self-repair on the T70 probably didn't pay off.
Yeah, 2 mines. Munitions are very important for the mines, or munitions, as you may call them, if you'd like. Pack is getting a bit of damage from the cons. May even be good if the pack doesn't drive away.
Yeah, pack needs to walk away from this one. Got to be careful from dropping, especially the guys carrying it. Those models, if they drop, then the other guy has to go, okay, you're dead, so I'll pick up the pack. And it can be very, very hard to get support weapons out of the way.
Especially when it comes to heavy mortars.
Oh,
and
God.
the incendiary shell from the mortar.
Don't talk about me, yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's just like... It doesn't necessarily do a lot of damage, but just the delay it takes for the gunner to keep trying to pack up the mortar and running away. There's a pack 40, sorry, and the P4 firing on the church. Have we seen the commander come out from...
not yet. I checked it just before, so unless that's bugged out.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, no, it has.
Oh, wow.
Look, I can actually look.
He hasn't picked it yet. So he hasn't picked it. Yeah, he's probably going to go for the assault support, which is the strafe and the tiger. Would be probably the best way of dealing with the Shermans. Shermans aren't fantastic against the front armor of a tiger, but they can get the circle strafe and the rear armor and outrun that main gun pretty effectively. When do you actually survive that one? So there hasn't been many squad wipes so far.
Yeah, not thus far. I'm a little bit surprised with the Land Lease, just in terms that you could have got the drifters a little bit earlier.
Instead of the maxing.
Even the Shermans, how they duel against the P4, it can be a little bit antsy. Their penetration is generally very, very good, but the P4s also have a good damage output, and I mean, there's pack on the field as well.
Yeah.
So
I think the main thing that Shermans have going for them is their rate of fire and their speed. You can really choose the engagements that you want. Is this wounding and weakening that P4? So Sherman hits the field quite soon. It will be pretty effective against that wounded P4. That one's going to be nice as well in the pack for the increased sight range. Often allows you to get that extra shot.
Yeah, and actually going for a second P4.
Wow.
Is kind of that's. I mean, it's interesting. It could definitely give him some control, but without really knowing the doctrine that SturmTigerGiap's going for. I mean, he's not 100% sure yet. Hasn't really given it away by building a Dusker or having the M5 with the guards out yet. So it can be a little bit dangerous. And the mortar's actually on 5 kills now.
Was there wasn't an ISU doctrine at all, was there? Yeah, it was.
Not that I'm aware of. No, it was Land Lease,
it was
IS2 coordination,
and IS2. Yeah, the shock rifle front line. So there wasn't an ISU, and that would maybe explain the double P4. Double P4s are pretty good against ISU because you can generally get the flank pretty easily. Yeah, double P4, it's strange. I would have preferred to see a Tiger because he's almost on the 11 command points. And also you have the strafe, which is very powerful, and I don't think you get smoke on that doctrine. I can't remember actually. Do you get smoke?
Which one?
On smoke. Oh, it's good. Find out that the tiger strafe.
This is con, isn't it? So yeah, that's
No, you don't get strafe.
No, you don't get. No, unassault support. No, you don't. Yeah.
The fragmentation bomb though is basically a free Zis killer. It's kind of silly how easy it is to kill Zis's. So it is really good in those engagements. At the top, there's a tank. I think that's a Sherman. Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Sherman has hit the field now. Just enough fuel for that, but of course, SturmTigerGiap, he's got to be very, very careful with that Sherman because he doesn't have a lot. Man, I'm not feeling that well.
Oh dear.
Run! Run, machine, run. But yeah, as I was saying, the Sherman, he's only got enough fuel for one of them, and he's not getting a lot of income.
Oh, the false may land.
Don't hit the Faust. We're just out of range, I think.
Yeah, I didn't get the Faust. Actually, out of munitions. Look at the munitions here.
Yeah, only 18.
Couldn't have Fausted anyway. So double P4's on the field. Hopefully he repairs that P4. And the P4, is it a Vet 2? Click on the P4.
It's Vet 1, I think. Yeah, Vet 1.
Okay, so it's If it hits Vet 2, it's going to be a lot stronger. Because of the extra armor it gets, it makes it harder for the Shermans to penetrate. And that can make a pretty big difference in those engagements. Only on Vet 1, the Blitzkrieg won't really affect much. The acceleration can be nice for duking around garrisons and stuff. You can start and stop a bit slower and run over cover and stuff a little bit faster, but it's not really that fantastic. Running through the conscripts probably will hit an AT grenade. Yep, there we go. Doesn't penetrate the front armor.
I don't think so, yeah. It's a bit hard on people's. Some of the time to actually do get that front armor. There's an MG42 positioning up the top there. We'll force a few things off, but the P4 is going to be dual very, very effectively. I don't think we've got the Browning 50 cal actually upgrade onto the Sherman. Normally comes in a kind of a big thing. That is nice if you have the munitions for it. I mean, I don't think SturmTigerGiap really does at this point, but it does do incredibly good just shredding power. I mean, you can just kill packs head on if you drive up with the machine.
Yeah.
It's not recommended, but you can do it.
It costs 60 munitions, I believe, and there's only...
it's like 50 or 60, I think.
60. There's only 50 now for Con, so
Okay.
we'll get that one soon. It is very nice against his support weapons and packs and things. So Vet 2 Mortar may even fall to the MG. You don't want to lose that Vet 2 Mortar. That is so important against the MGs and the packs. It's actually not being fired, but not retreating, because the MG's going for the Maxim, and it should be going for that Mortar. Yeah, the Vet 2 Mortar gets less scatter, so it's more accurate, and the Precision Strike makes it very powerful. This may even kill the P4. He kills it head on, not paying attention, and there goes the edge of dealing with the Sherman. Needs to get the 2v1s.
Yeah, that was really surprising. I didn't move up because I figured that the P4 was just going to back off from the Zis, like you assume it would, but actually decided to try and duel with it. I mean, it had already hit Veterancy 1 and just hit Veterancy 2 then, so a bit of a thrower that way there, I feel, for RtN Con.
Yeah, indeed. The other P4 was very low. I think it traded with the Sherman and barely survived.
Yeah.
Is, I think, being repaired by the looks.
Yeah, it's down the bottom. Yeah.
But I think we need to see more Pyos. One Pyo isn't enough. Not with two P4s and not with how aggressive we have. VPs are pretty good for Con. He is ahead. But I think this Sherman's going to start, really coming into power. Yeah, look, I think a Tiger would have been a better choice because there is now the command points required. SturmTigerGiap, so Con is on 13. You only need 11 for a Tiger, and the P4 is like 120 fuel, and that would 115, sorry, and that would leave him with about 170, 180 fuel, which is essentially a Tiger, or not far from it, especially with how much map control he has. Double Maxims, surprising isn't on Dushka.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Dushkas are, they're pretty good. P4 does actually run straight into an 18, and we'll have to see if that can be capitalized on. Yes, the Sherman's moving off to the side, hasn't been repaired yet. Oh, I'm not sure how it's going to deal with this P4, but does hit Veterancy 1.
Got the rear armor, so the P4 is looking pretty low. Sherman didn't penetrate the front. This could go either way. Conscripts are looking for the AT grenade. Sherman getting a nice shot at the front armor. The P4 is getting very low. MG will prevent the conscripts from landing that AT grenade. The Zis is moving up and may kill Sherman. Backing forward. The P4 needs to get out. The main gun destroyed. And there goes the hopes of our P4 surviving this engagement. It falls now. It really shouldn't have got caught by the AT grenade. Other P4 is driving in. That's the vetted one as well. So will it find the rear arm of the Sherman? The Zisses, though, are moving up and will force the P4 away. Blitzkrieg's in for a disengage, getting that faster reverse acceleration.
You're going to have to back away from this one again. Going for the 1v1 with the P4 versus the Sherman. Not a good idea. You had two P4s. If you have the numbers advantage, just wait a little bit. If you have to wait a couple of minutes for one P4 to be repaired, that's a good idea.
That Maxim got decrewed
by the Grens.
Yeah, the Vet 3 LMG Grens are absolutely monsters. They can be very powerful. There's a mortar on the ground as well. He can cap it with the 4 MG. That Vet 2, oh wow, all of these support weapons are dying. Yeah,
Everything's dying.
You can't cap that mortar with the 3-man squad because then you lose the Gren squad, but he can cap it with the 4 squad. Pretty risky move capping that point though. The Sherman is very powerful. He may even chase it down with the Sherman on a tree. He's going to lose a squad.
Vet 3 got thrown away there by Con. Con's throwing away a lot of these units. It's not very good. This is our refacing here. I mean, the crew can probably ball pretty hard against the Grens. We'll have to back away from this one. 3 neg cover, but should be fine. P4 is actually going to go for a bit of a duel here. May see Vet 3 Con squad fall.
Sherman is moving in though, but the P4 and the Shermans are both so low. Vet 2 and the Sherman gives it extra, I believe it's accuracy and rate of fire. If I'm not mistaken, P4 will get shot at first.
No, not a good idea.
Yeah. Also, the P4 was moving, so it didn't have much accuracy. Yeah. Really should get back the P4. I'd like to see Con just play more defensive. He still has a lot of fuel, so he still can go for a Tiger. Even despite losing 2 of those P4s, And other than that, he has the MG, he has the mortar. Mortar has the Vet 1, so it's gonna have good counter barrage. Look at Cons. I want to see how much Vet he has on his units. He still has.
He's still got quite a bit.
Yeah, it's pretty similar infantry Vet. There's 3 Vet 3 Cons and 3 Vet 3 Gren. There's a pack on the field, and it looks as though it will be recrued, which is excellent if you can get that. The packs are just so much better than Zisses. They fire, I believe it's a 50% faster than the Zisses, and then they get a better Vet 1, the stun. So, like, if you can get the packs there, they do give you a lot better AT than you would have normally with your Zis AT guns.
I think the only thing going for Con here at the moment is the fact that he does have the map control and he's had it for a while.
That's a third P4, a fourth P4.
Oh no, Con! It's called unit mixing. I don't agree with it against Shermans. I mean, again, it can be a little bit antsy, but now that the Shermans hit veterancy too, I just wouldn't recommend it. Like, not at all.
Maybe
it can be close depending on penetration, but not when it's hit veterancy too.
Maybe if same with the P4 as well. Whoever has the better veterancy often wins.
Often wins it, yeah.
But like, I think going for the P4 spam would be fine if he held on to his P4s. If this was his 4th P4 on the field, which it probably wouldn't be because of PopCap, but it means that he could just have the numbers advantage and just sort of force engagements and just win by numbers. But it keeps sort of getting these P4s and going in for these one-on-one engagements, which he keeps losing because of AT grenades, Zisses, and just the Sherman micro. And if he is going for 1v1s, then 1v1 with a Tiger, it's a pretty good way to 1v1. So I don't like the P4s, and it's just also because of the micro. Going for a flank on the Sherman.
He's going to find it.
He will maybe even have a 2v1 the second. P4 is moving in. The Sherman is very fast. Backing away. It should have been driving forward for the disengage. The pack as well fires. And the Sherman is destroyed. Maybe he was baiting into the Zis, but the Shermans are faster than the P4s. He could have escaped that one. Was that a Gren squad though at the bottom?
It was I think so.
Oh no, that was a Con squad. So the Sherman absolutely could have escaped.
Should have gone bottom, yeah. Should have just given up the rear armor and just gone to the bottom there. That one actually forces off the MG. Must have found the nice flank up the top now, but throwing away the Sherman, that's a big deal because Con just has no fuel income.
Yeah, so now Con's actually looking pretty strong because he has 2 P4s against none, and there isn't really.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I meant SturmTigerGiap has no fuel income.
Okay.
I just thought I should clarify.
Yeah. All right. And there isn't really enough fuel to get on the Sherman because there's been pretty good decaps. I actually forgot to mention, this is game 2 of that series. Game 1 apparently was really bad, so we didn't get sent the replay to cast it, which is fine. I don't want to cast an average game. So whoever loses this game won the first game because it is a best of 3 in the 3rd game. And the mortar is firing for SturmTigerGiap. I think he actually retreated though.
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah, he retreated that one back. He's actually going for a second mortar. He's going for another one of those. So he capped his one and then he's going for a second one.
Wow, these Zisses are doing pretty good work.
They're doing work on the MGs. Look at them. They're balling hard. AT guns. Hell no, we kill infantry now.
Well, one of them killed a Gren.
Yeah.
Pyro Squad was wiped by the Grens. And this is looking game over. Only 63 VPs for SturmTigerGiap. Yeah. So they are ticking, and that top... Yeah, that's GG. SturmTigerGiap in the end. Yeah, the P4 control really did leave something to be desired by Con, but it didn't really matter because of how much territory he had, that even though he was losing P4 after P4, there was only one Sherman. Like, numbers are a pretty big deal. When it comes to tanks, because of the the Grenadier control just being very effective against the conscripts, the MGs were nice at suppressing and really preventing the cutoff. So well played as well, especially because Con was on the right side on Colombia, which is
normally hard.
It's very difficult. His playstyle worked. The heavy wire and the MG defensive play. It is a good way of dealing with it. But anyway, I think that'll wrap this one up. I mean, I maybe would have preferred to see like the Ice 2, maybe, from SturmTigerGiap?
Yeah, maybe. Again, I mean, against the P4s, again, it worked at the time, but I think he was pretty far behind on fuel. I think what killed him was the T70. That really just threw it nail, just a spanner in the works straight away. That going for the T70 was a mistake for sure. You have to be ahead in fuel and bold to go for the T70.
Yeah, or you have to get the cutoff and stuff. Yeah, because if you didn't get the T70, if that was a T34, he would have had a T34 and a Sherman, but he would have had more fuel.
Yeah, he wouldn't have lost his fuel.
He would have got multiple Shermans because he wouldn't have lost map control entirely. So that is why you don't go T70 pretty much ever. At least not until they make it better. Because this is the 25 fuel difference. You might as well just go T34. But anyway, that'll wrap this game up. Until next game, we are the General Gentlemen. Thank you.
Thank you.